Welcome, Capricorn, to your general reading 2019. I've shuffled the cards, prayed, and meditated on them to be able to give you this best advice. I've put the cards out. I've had some time to look them all over, and I feel better doing my readings this way. So, let's first look at last year. Wow. Judgment. You started off last year having made a decision and having to live with it. It may not have always turned out the way you liked, but you made that decision, you had to live with it. And that decision kept your whole finances upside down for the whole year. If you look normally in the upside right card, the Seven of Pentacles is saying you reap what you sow. And that you've worked really hard to get where you're going. But in the reverse position, it's actually saying that, you've lost so much in your past that you wish were in your future. So, also we're presented with the Eight of Wands, and Wands energy is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but it's also a representation of problems or battles that somebody's had to deal with. And this card also is presented upside down, which tells me normally this card would say, things that are in your past are continuing to grow. But with it in reverse, it's saying that that's no longer part of your life anymore. It's not reaching into your future. It's not coming from your future. That growth may have occurred within you, and those problems haven't grown. You have. We also see the Eight of Cups. Now, it's interesting. We have two eights in a row. And this one was reversed, and this one was right side up. But both of these eights say the same thing. You've had to turn your back on what you've had in the past, that prosperity, those shiny cups that may have been full, you've had to walk away from. That opportunity, that moment, that promise that you thought, this was a great idea. Eights are a higher number, so it says, that you walked away from something that meant a lot to you, that was an emotional strain. And here it is again. You've had to start over again. You've had a few problems, but you're still, standing. You're still wanting to move into your future, and that's why this card is right side up. You may be holding a little bit on your past into the future, but that's okay. We all hold a little of our past. And after you made those decisions, you were brought to the Wheel of Fortune. You couldn't really decide. You said, let the wind decide, let the earth decide, let the universe decide. And so you just went where the Wheel of Fortune took you. So your whole world was upside down, and at the end of the year, here it still is. Nothing's been settled. Nothing has changed. Now, let me tell you, when I pulled these two cards, I also when I pulled these 6 cards for last year, I also ended up with 2 other cards, and I'll read them cards when I'm done with this part of the reading. So this was last year. You just kind of let everything go to chance and said, let's see what happens. So for 2019, the first card we're presented with is the Devil. Capricorn, this is you. This is you dealing with whatever it is. Now, if you look at the 2 figures, that could be Gemini, that could be the twins, the masculine and feminine Gemini. It could be dealing with 2 problems. It could be children. It could be all kinds of things. But it says you will be in your element this year. The next card we drew was the Queen of Swords, and she's upside down. Now that's quite interesting because, maybe she has something to do with your happiness, with your success, with your life. Swords are your air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay? And since they're upside down, maybe things aren't settled with that air sign either. Maybe too much stuff is up in the air for that to be decided at this point. But eventually, the whole world will be available to you. This is good luck. This is travel. This is everything that, Capricorn wants. They want peace. They want kindness. They want money. They want success. They want happiness. They want new opportunities. And that'll come right about the second half of the year. Then we have the Emperor. Wow. And the Emperor, he's an Aries. He's also somebody who commands, who takes charge, who's a strong person. And right now, that Emperor can't take charge. He can't stand. He's not that strong person. He's just a person waiting in the background. He may be your boss. He may be a coworker. He may be a family member. And it may be a she. Somebody is in charge. And right now, it's not you, Capricorn. And that brings us to the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is wanting to rescue somebody. They're in a hurry. They're flying into the past with their swords drawn. They're wanting to take on a battle, to take care of something for you. And, maybe that's the energy that you need is to get that thing taken care of. Maybe make that decision. Maybe turn that page. Maybe finally decide that, this is the path you want to be on. Cut through it. Get it done and over with. And head into your future. Because as soon as you head into the future, you're going into the Seven of Cups. That's financially better. It's monetarily better. Cups are emotional signs as well. So, maybe your emotions, maybe you'll start feeling better about yourself, better about your position in life, better about the things that you have. So many times people just, they fill their lives with things to make themselves happy, and things aren't always what make us happy. So, while we're doing this, let me set out the cards so that you can look at between last year and this year. And let me reveal the other two cards that were part of this reading. The first one was the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands says, we want to get together. We want to have a new house. We want to set up a new relationship. We want things to be harmonious. I want to celebrate in that victory. And I want things to work out. The other card that came was the King of Cups. So it tells me that you need to control your emotions, to get over those emotions, and to make that decision to go on to a better life. So while I was putting out these cards, I accidentally turned the deck upside down. And I don't often read the deck upside down, but here she is, the Queen of Cups. Isn't that amazing? Presented next to the King. So it tells me that you're looking for a relationship. You want this relationship to bloom into something else, to become that happy home, that friendship, that family. You want to enjoy that gifts and everything with that person. So here we are. Here's your cards from last year. Okay. You judged. You made that decision. You said, I'm going to stick by it. This year, you're going to live more like a Capricorn and be more focused on yourself and your energy than what you've lost and what kind of battles you want to fight. You want to turn things around. You want to look at the world in a whole new direction. You need to forget about what happened in the past. You need to not worry about what other people think. You just need to turn your back on that and move into a swift direction. Make that decision. Don't leave it up to the Wheel of Fortune. Take that into your own hands. If you want things to succeed, you need to be the king of your emotions. You need to find that queen. And look at this. When I took the Queen of Cups off, there's the Ace of Wands. And you know, that tells me things are going to work out. They really are. You know, this ended up to be a much bigger reading than I anticipated. But it turned out to be a beautiful reading. I wish you luck, Capricorn. I see good things in your future as long as you can take control and charge of your emotions and be that steadfast person that you need to be. I see a lot of good things here, Capricorn. I hope you found this reading interesting. I hope it resonates with you. I hope you subscribe. I wish everybody a great day. Love to all, Gemini.